Yes, so good morning, good afternoon, sorry, everyone, and welcome to our today's session. My name is Benson Miner from Africa 118 Google partner with Google Digital Skills. So today we are going to have a discussion on how we can use data insight and help our business grow. So as we wait for people to join, let us familiarize with the chat box where my moderator and very able moderator, Crystal Alice Atieno, will be taking us through on question and answer series and also engaging with us on the chat box. So let's familiarize with the chat box, and we can start by telling us where you're joining us from and what is the name of your business and how you or what is your energy level on the count of 1 to 5. And we can start. So today, as I said, let me see who is among the first to join the session. I can see Javans Onyango. Thanks for the invite. You are waiting. Thank you, Javans. We are now live, and you can also invite others to join us and also participate with us. So today, as I was saying, we are going to look at how we can use data insight. But before we go there, let's have a look at the main agendas that we'll be going to look at, and there are three of them. First, we are going to understand the right questions to ask. We are going for the data and insights so that we can be able to come up with a good strategy, also know how to correct, where to correct, and how to curate our Facebook, our social media, our digital marketing platforms so that we can get the maximum benefit from that. So we're going also to look at and to identify the best tools that we can use with the different platforms and the different channels where we are going to market our products. Then we have to understand and analyze the data. We will see how the data we are getting now, where we are going to understand and all that. So, guys, a quick reminder: if you have never yet signed up for a mentorship, kindly do so by using the link that my moderator will be sharing with you on the chat box, and you can get a one-on-one mentorship with our partners in Google, and also the way that you can help your business grow and cover wider topics where you feel that you need some more clarification and all that. So kindly sign up with the mentorship program from Google, and this will make you have a good way forward. So, what would you use to describe your customer? This is a question that I like to ask before we start any presentation. And as we are trying to answer that question, let me see who is joining us. Kindly use the chat box to tell us where you're joining us from and what you're really looking forward to learn. And also invite other people to join the session. Let them join today's session and also participate with us as we progress. So, as I was saying, one thing that you look is how do you describe your customers? Remember, even the analytics are going to help us, or the insights that we are going to look at are going to help us they describe the customers and come up with a good strategy that can help us curate these customers and learn how to satisfy the customer, to engage them, also to reach them so that they can even convert at the end of the day. Remember, as we are going through the social media strategies, we are saying that we need to drive the customers from a stranger into a customer or an action point, that is a conversion. So we are going to understand the right questions to learn, and the right questions that you ask will help you come up with the data that you want to look for, and also the information, the insights that you want to look for, and how, where, and when you can get that data. So with that, then we have to come and ask you a question. And what do you want to ask your customer? What are you selling? What do you want to ask your customer? So with these three questions, and also as I also kindly rush to the chat box to see whether we have new people joining us, and I can see the people are very dormant here. I don't know why. And kindly feel free to use the chat box, engage us, let us ask questions, tell us anything, contribute to the topic today, and everything will be good. We can see our champion today is the TMX Duka, who is our champion today. Welcome, TMX, and feel free to engage us. Invite your colleagues, everybody that you wish that you can share the links with. They can as well join us as we learn together. So, as I was saying, that we are going to see even questions that you need to ask your customers. So, the process of analytics, how do you take, or which are the steps that you can do to say that you are doing analytics with your pages, with your sites, and all that? So we can break down these processes to four simple steps. That is, first, identify your objective. You have to come up with the objective. Remember that when you are doing the strategies, the marketing strategies, or everywhere we are doing, even our earlier sessions, we looked at the strategy that we see that you have to come up with the objective. Otherwise, the objective is the one that will drive you to the goal. Then you have to ask questions you need to address, the questions that you want to address. What do you really want to be informed by the data and the analytics? What do you really are going to look for in the data and analytics? What are you really searching for? Remember, the data is just a number, but they can give you the information you want according to the questions that you need to address. And then after that, you have to know where to get the information from. And finally, how to do with the information. How do you plan to do with the information? Remember that data without any action point is just data, is just numbers, but you can turn those numbers into your advantages. So we are going to look at these processes one by one, and we are going to what is an objective. So look at some of the objectives that we can have. Remember, at the end of the day, you have a one main goal, is that to have an online community, or to sell online. That's the first and the most goal that everybody looks for. How you can sell, you can build your brand and sell online. And so with that objective goal, what are the objectives? We have quite a different examples of objectives. And you can say, for example, you want to tell more people more about your business. That is, you want to increase the risk. You can see also, you can want to sell more products or the services to people. You want to increase your sales, or you want to identify the customers that are active, variable, and also those that will convert to customers, and to lead, and who those will take the call to action buttons. Or you even want to find new ways to engage with the previous customer. Remember that the best way of making your business grow is retaining your customers, making sure that they come back. And this can only be found by seeing how you can engage them, how you can curate your information. And this can be only gotten when you look at the data and analytics. So then how do you process this? You remember that now you have come up with an example of the objectives. Then you have to come up with a process of analytics. Now that you have identified some objectives, what are the questions that you need to address? What do you want to address with each objective? So when you are coming with the questions, I really like to use something I call a lean strategy. A lean strategy, these are synonym for REAN, that mean reach, engage, activate, and nurture. And we are going to look at this. So, for example, when you're reach, who is my target audience, and how do I reach them online? So you look like you are going to look at the reach. How do you reach your people? Who is this target audience? Remember that in our previous sessions, we have looked at different types of audience. We have also looked at customer persona or audience persona. And now this is the question that you are going to answer. Who are they, and how do I reach them online? Then you look at engagement. Are they finding what they need? Are they feel engaged? Do they really enjoy, or do they just come to the page or to the site and then leave? Or do they have to wave aloud? Do they stay there? How can I keep them engaged? How are they booking? Are they clicking the call to action button? Are they selling? Are they calling the mobile or the WhatsApp number that you have put on the social media? Have they maybe bought, if it's an e-commerce platform, are they added to cart? Are they coming back? So these are some of the questions that you have to ask yourself. And this is now the information that you are going to collect from the data. Remember that with the reach, you have to measure four very, very, very major and very main analytics tools. That is the reach, the engagement, or how you engage with your customers, how you activate the engagement to come up to the point of being a call to action or to be a lead, and then how you nurture this customer to come back after they have purchased with you. So the process after this, now you come to the third step. That is, where do I get the information from? What tools can I use or what site do I use to get the information that I need, or to get the insight that I need from my Facebook page, from my website, from my Google My Business? What tool do I want to use, or should I get to give me the right information? And this there are different types of tools that we can use. But before we go to the tools, let me rush to the chat box and see who is joining and who is interacting with us. I can only see the TMX Duka. And also feel free to let me know whether you can see my screen and whether you can clearly hear me as we progress, so that we can make this session more interesting and more comfortable for both of us. So feel free to give your views and also give your feedback about the process. If I'm going too fast, you can tell me to slow down. You can tell me to go slow, maybe, or to even go back to a certain slide that you didn't understand. And I will be very, very happy to act upon your request and also answer your questions. So even if you have a question, kindly feel free to engage us on the chat box, ask any question that you want, and let us know how far or how we can help you get the best out of this session. So we are saying that the process, where do you get the right information? There are different channels that you can use, and as we progress, I will be taking you through different channels that we can use. We have the social channels. Every social media page or channel have their own insight pages that you can use to get the information that you want. So we are looking at this to more into details in the later sections. And as I say that, I will also be showing you where you can find some of the tools, maybe in some of the channels that we are going to use. So you have the social channels, as I said, and this is see what the content user engage with on your social channels. May it be a Facebook page, may it a Twitter, may it be a Instagram page, maybe even be a TikTok or YouTube. You can get all those insights from their sites, and they have a way where you can a place where you find all those insights, and they give you a detailed report about your performance for either a post, the whole page, or even the content and the comments that engage made the people engage. And you can get the reach, the that we see the reach, that is the range engagement, and also how you the activate or who clicks or what to the links and all that, or who convert, and then also the nurture, how the which content makes people come back. So you can get all this from the social channels. Another part you can get is an organic search, where you identify what customers are looking for and align your business with their searches. You can also look at for the way your website. You have also your way our website can give you insight, and this is by identifying which page have the most views and which cause users to see to disengage or to bounce off. We have the bounce rate also that we are provided with your website, and I will going to talk about it in the later slides. Then you have the paid search, where how can you market your product to customers using paid channels? What are they looking for? What type of audience do you want to attract? So all these questions can be answered with this is just an example of where you can get the right information for the right channel. So after now you have gotten the information, what else do you do? Then you go to the process, or you how you can process these analytics too. So how do I do this? Remember that the final and the most important step is how do you use this information to not only be statistic, to not only be numbers, but to give you or to help you nurture your or curate your strategies to gain the best out of your online marketing or the digital marketing. And we have different types of you can use in the site. We have the marketing threads, and you can identify market threads when you use the insights, where you can identify the latest threads, market threads, and all that, and the insights. You can also use the user experience, and this is how you are certain if your users are better understanding the path to the purchase. Do your path be, your path to purchase a complicated one? Is it easy to use? How did a certain post perform when it had a call to action button versus the other that had no call to action button? And then you can also identify what content users like, in form of maybe the type of content. Is it a video that the users liked most? Is it a photo content? Is it some blogs? Is it some infograph? The content that the user like and engage with it most also will give you a highlight on what the content to be you should be focusing most on your pages. And then finally, you can leverage the insight to shape your overall strategy. Remember that even when you are doing creating a strategy, digital marketing strategy, we used to say that we could also go back to the strategies and curate it and also correct it to match what the insights are telling us and to match the marketing trends. And this way you'll be able to be on updated with the marketing trend and also on time online as well as up to date with the market trends to gain the mess. So I'm going to stop there and see whether we have a question or if someone hasn't understood anything where we can help you. I can see that we have Jenny Kedi is joining us from Vidaros, Mombasa. Welcome, Kedi. Karibu sana. Yes, Concrete Hub, Esther, joining from Nanyuki. Well, this is great. I have also other people joining. So kindly feel free to engage with us on the chat box and also invite your colleagues, other members who you feel that they really need to understand something or they can capture something for this session so that together we can grow at our businesses. So, seeing that we don't have a question, so if you have a question as I'm going to continue with the other slides, feel free to post it there, and I will be looking at it, and also my moderator will be answering as best as she can on the chat box. So then after this, we have gone to the first agenda. The second agenda is how do you identify the tools to use? How which tools do you use on which platform and all that? So what analytics tool do you want to currently use? If I may ask, how do you get your analysis? How do you look your performance of your posts on social media? That you can answer that question. I can like to know which tools do you use mostly to run more, and which marketing tool do you use, and which analytical tools do you use to guide you in coming up with strategies and also seeing how your posts perform. So feel free and kindly post the answers on the chat box, and I will be looking at them as we progress. So we have different tools that we can use, and they relate with the platforms. As I said, we have, for example, we have the social or the online, or as you see, they have social media. Where every social media, as I said, as when we are starting, we have different. Every social media have a insight page where you can go and get the insight under that, and also you have also something that you can use on social media to gauge and also to measure your a combination of one or more social media sites, and that's what we call the hot suit. It's a tool that people use to get a data and analyze data from different pages, from different platforms. For example, if you have more than one Facebook page, more than maybe you have also an Instagram page, a Twitter page, and all that, you can use Hotsuite to gauge them, even to measure them and to compare each other. We have the organic search, as I had pointed out. These are, for example, we have a search console and also Google My Business. We have Google My Business page, or the now currently known as a Google Business Profile. Have the page that they give you analytics and the insight of how your profile is performing out there on the search engine. We also have Google Analytics, where you can analyze your website performance on the search engine and all that. And they used to have the paid search, where you can use the Google Ads Insights. Some of us maybe have started receiving some, those who are learning Google Ads, they have also started receiving some reports, and they have even data that has been explained on how the performance of the certain ad was, or the ad that was being run, and the duration and all that. So these are the sites that you can get and you can use to get insights, and also to help you curate and also come up with a good strategy, and also correct somewhere that is not going well according to your goals and objectives. So we are going to look at different types, and we are going to start with the Facebook. Remember that Facebook page insight can help you find out what people are engaging with the Facebook page and how they are finding you. Maybe you can able to answer or to get the activities that are running out on the page, on your page. You can see the page views, who viewed your page at a certain point, at a certain duration of time. Every post, how the post view, who viewed that post, and they also, you can look at the likes. How many likes do that post got? How many people did they reach? The post reached, is it either organic or paid post? How many engagement did you get in terms of likes and also reactions and also comments? And also how many followed you and how many unfollowed you? So you can also adjust by time. And this data you'll be given in different times. And at the end of this, I will just show you a hint of how a page can perform, and you can use this insight. I'll be demonstrating is the latter slides. So stay tuned as I take you through how you can create all that. You see that Facebook, we can give you even a duration of time. You can check your performance of the page and post for one day, maybe for the past 1 week, the past. You can adjust the time that you want to get this data and analyze it, so that you can really get a good sight or a good picture of how your page is performing. Then after the Facebook page, you have the Google My Business, where you can use the search console. Kindly let me peep a little bit on the chat box to see who is also joining us and who is interacting with us. I can see Justin Owino is joining on behalf of Lai Creations from Kisumu. Welcome, Justin Owino, and I hope you get some insights that will help you work together with the owners and your colleagues there at Roy. Chui Joseph, welcome. Hey, Amin, welcome. We missed you online, by the way, Chui, and I am happy to see that you are back here. So let's keep on engaging, and let's keep on telling us where you are joining us from. I can see I also Caroline Busianei from Great Harvest Garden Center. Welcome very much, and feel at home. Feel free to engage with us and also ask questions, give contribution, and also get seek clarity from us, and we will be more than glad to help. So we are saying that this Google Search Console tool and the report helps you to measure your site search traffic and also the performance. You are able to fix issues and make your site perform well on Google Search result. So this is a tool that not only give you insight, but also will help you make sure. Remember that with the Google site and the sites and all that, the search engine marketing, what you do is you do the keywords, and you have to compete for the keyword and to be ranked higher on Google Search, so that you are able to be found more quickly and easier than other pages your competitors. So you find that the Search Console will help you not only give you the measurement of how you are performing, but also give you fix issues for your site, and also give a hint if your site is not performing. It will give you a hint and where the problem is, so that you can fix it if it was not automatically fixed by it. So you are also able to see which query brings users to your site, or which queries. For example, if you are on Concrete Hub, which keywords that or the queries that do someone search for that brings people to your site. Is it maybe construction, a good construction manager, or that? If you have someone, for example, like TMX Mizigo, you find that which keywords do they bring. So you're able even to see the queries that direct you people, so that people to your site, so that you can curate your information and also edit your information on the site to capture those keywords, so that you are more found about within the search engine. You're also able to be submitted a site map and individual URLs for crawling, and also review your index coverage to make sure that Google has the freshest review of your site. So you find that this help you remember that we say that Google search engine ranks your site according to the keywords, and also this is done through the bots, some things we call bots, the Google bots that crawl into your site to look the matching keywords. So this helps you. The Google Console helps you submit a site map and individual URLs for crawling that will help your site to get found easily on the search engine, especially Google. Then you're able to receive email alerts when Google identifies issues on your site, as I said, and see which URLs are affected, to see issues and by these issues, and tell Google when you are fixing them. So you're even able to get up to date with your site, the performance of your site, and all that. So you can get all this information from Google Search Console. And if you don't have a Google Search Console, my moderator will be sharing you the link of Search Console. That is search.google.com, and you're able to create the fix also link your website there, and that is where you get more notification and get the best insight of your website. Then we have Google My Business, as I said. And this Google My Business, you find that you can use Google My Business as a tool to manage your online presence across the search engine or Google Search and the Maps. And you remember that Google Business Profile or Google My Business is a tool that we encourage everybody to have, because this one will be is the one that will manage your online presence on across the search engine. And most of us have even worked on optimizing the search, the Google Business Profile or the Google My Business. Remember, we say that it's changing the name, but all the other factors have been remain the same, almost the same, but have some improvement than earlier. Where that now with the Google Business Profile, you are able to also to be found more on the maps and not only on the search engine. So you get both on the you found on both. You're also able to create a listing which customers can use to engage with your business, and also market to customers and increase your visibility. You also informed. Remember that with Google, when you enter to the backend of your Google My Business profile, you get the updates that they request you to update, so that you can be able to be up to date and also capture all the information, get into the trends, the market trends that are in. And this will help you create a listing which will outstanding other will be outstanding and be able to be found by customers, and also an engaging profile that customers will not just have just go click and then leave your site, but they'll be able to interact with your site more easily and on for a longer time and get better results. You are also able to leverage insights to find out how many views your listing had. If you had a post or a listing, how many views did they have? How and where customers find your listing. So you are able to see not only when and how, but how they found you. If they found you through organic search or through if you are running Google Ads, and also if they found you through other like the keywords that they used to find you, and also the action customer took when they were on your listing. Did they click back or to the homepage, or did they continue to explore more about your business and all your products and all that? They are also able to give you other interactions customer have with your GMB listing. So these are ways that will help you to come be up to date with the Google My Business and also your GMB listing, and help you to be up to date and also outstanding and making your listing more outstanding. Then we also looked at Google Trends, and Google Trends is third search features that shows the popularity of a search term in Google. And most of us maybe haven't really interacted with Google Trends, but with Google Trends, you can view whether a trend is on the rise or decline. And also, you can also find demographic insights related to topics. For example, you can get insights related to a certain topic, if it's fashion and all that, and related queries to help you better understand the Google Trends. So you find that there is some queries that they are trading. You know when the queries for the certain keywords are at high, and also you give suggestion on which keywords to use to post or your ads and all that, so that you are able to get the best out of the optimizing your sites. You can also Google Trends provide access to a larger and unfiltered sample of actual search queries requests that are made by Google. And so it's anonymized, no one is personally identified, and also categorized to determine the topics of a search query and aggregated. So you're not just getting the data, the raw data, you get a data that is anonymized. You won't know who your name will be found there, categorized and also aggregated or grouped together with the similar ones. And this will help you now come to get more samples of actual search requests. This is also allows to display interests in particular topics from around the globe and down to the city level or to your locality, to your local area. And you can know the trends and also display the interests that are within that point, so that you can adjust with time. Google Data reflects searches people make on Google every day, and they give you threads that searches that people Google, and this will help you now curate your message so that they capture most of this data. And if you this related to your business, you know that you can curate your information, your data, and your keywords to get the most out of these searches. But it can also reflect irregular search activities. So they do not only give you the good threads and reflect the good threads, but they also give you or reflect the irregular search activities, such as automated searches or queries that may be associated with spamming or search result, or any other that are not irregular. Remember that when you do spamming, you even risk being suspended on Google or search engine. And then you have, after you have gone through all the threads, you remember you have looked at some of the tools that we can use. You are able to rise above the competition on Google Threads, and you use Google Threads to find the relevant trading topics, as I have said. You're also able to, doing this, you help to see clear whether the search volume is increasing or declining. So you're able to monitor the competitors and also know which one is increasing and which one is declining. So this allows you to see seasonal trends in one clear shot, and you are able to know the trading season and the seasonal trends and all that. You are also able to identify steady keywords for the search engine optimization and find topics by regions, maybe target certain customers or a local or a region or even a global scale, and you know how you can target all those. So one of the best things that comes with Google Trade is you are able to find relevant trading topics. You can be able to monitor your competitors, have a keyword search that will give you keywords that will bring more sales, or will bring more queries. You make you be found with certain search queries, and also promote around the seasonal trends and find topics, or if you are focusing on a local area, a regional area, or a global area, you are able to know and to find the topics that you can focus on, and also put you above the competition. So those are just examples of how you can use Google Trends. Let me see who is joining us. So Mwazi Soko, welcome very much, and I hope you are on time to learn from us. We are not too far, and you can learn a lot. Pius Olono, hello live from Kampala. How is Matoke lad and Pius? I hope everything is good there, and everything is back to normal after the incident that happened last week, but one. And I hope all you are safe and all that. Thank you very much for making this session more lively and keeping up on the chat box. So as I was saying, that these are now the Google Trends now help you to raise about the competitors. So you have seen the Google Trends. What about now the Google Analytics, and how can you understand what customer do on your website? Are you able to learn what a customer know? So one thing you have to do is you are able to get complete information with the Google Analytics, and this is how you are able to understand your site, and or if you are using an app user, to better check the performance of your marketing, the content that you curate in that site, maybe the products that you are selling, and more. So you're able to come up to get the insight and also check the performance of either of all or even all of them. That is the marketing, how is the strategies working, how the content is getting engaged in the site, also the products that you are selling, which one is more moving faster than the others, and all that. So you can get more than that, and you're also able to get insights only Google can give, an insight that you cannot get from anywhere. And you're able to access Google's unique insights and the machine learning capability to make the most of your data. You are able also, another third benefit of using Google Analytics is you are able to connect your site insights to result. This is whereby analytics works with Google advertising and publishers products. So you can use this insight to deliver business results and give the best result. And now you're able to work on the results that you are being given. So we are going to take a deeper look at the different features and ways you can use analytics in the next few slides. But first, going to pose for a question and also try to elaborate how, or see how we can use the data. And let me see on the chat box who is having a question or that. So feel free to ask questions and also to engage with us online. And feel free to put to keep us updated on how you have seen your performance in the boxes and all that, in the channel, the pages that you have, and how you are learning. And maybe if you are getting something good, you can just comment us on the chat box. Okay, let's keep engaged. And I can see my moderator here is really doing a good work, engaging with all of us, and you are not feeling off on the chat box. Thank you very much, and let's keep the fire burning. So as I say that we have different forms, and every page have a different way you can use to get the data from these different forms and platforms that we use to market, also to sell online. Now, one thing that I would like to do is to have a good understanding and a better understanding of how we can analyze this data. And as I said, with a better understanding of how we can analyze this data, you have a Google Analytics dashboard and how you can get this. So you find that when you are using the Google Analytics dashboard, they usually cover 5 different points. That is the geographical location of the viewers and all that. You are also able to get the popularity over time, how is each post or each page and everything that the popularity of different items, content, and all that. You're able to get the active users who are regular users of your site or your platforms, and also you are able to know the visits of the page, maybe within a given time, and finally how you can acquire users. So with Google Analytics, you're able to get more than just data. You are even able to get to also organize your data with the different demographics, such as the geographical location, the popularity. You are also able to know the age limit and all that. And so we have to ask our question: how do you set up a Google Analytics account? How do you go about it? So there are very few steps that we can take to set up a Google Analytics account. So one thing, if you don't have already have a Google Analytics account, it's very easy to set up one. You have first to go to google.com/analytics. My moderator will be giving you that link on the chat box. If you don't have, you can take that step, and if you're using a laptop, you can take the step very slowly. Then make your account, or important, if you have multiple accounts, you can name your accounts. Then choose industry categories to help you benchmark against other who have been tagged in the same industry. Example, if you are in a consumer good, if you're in electronic, if you're in marketing, if you're in service and consultancy, you should choose the category, so that now the data that will be given will be created to that category, and you can even go to get insight of others who are in the same category. This anonymous but an aggregated level to give you an idea of what your bounce rate is against others. So when you choose the category, you're able now to have an anonymous aggregate level of how your bounce rate is compared to your competitors. So when you have the Google Analytics, and if you maybe like to go to, if you maybe wish to learn more about how you can use Google Analytics, you can visit to the Google Analytics Academy, and you can get a very simple course there. My moderator will be sharing that link with you on the chat box. I have shared the link with my moderator so she can share with you, and you can go learn a few topics there and learn more on how you can use the Google Analytics to help your business grow. Remember, they are one of the most useful sites, and it will give you more than just the data that you are looking for. So after you have set up a Google Analytics account, where do you do it, or where do you find the tracking code? So to take your site performance, you need to add the correct tracking code to each page. So the tracking site, you can find it, if you can see the screen well, you can find the tracking code at the highlighted part. And this is to track your site's performance, you need to add that code, or the correct tracking code, so that now it can direct your pages to the Google Analytics, and it will give you highlights and also suggestions that are curated for your site. And where do you find the code? People are asking. So when using our website builder or blog, there may be simple field where you can add the tracking ID for your website. For example, if you are using a website, there is a place where when you go to the settings, you find the Google Analytics plug that you click and you get the code there, and this code now you can use it to track to put it on the site that you have created, this the Google Analytics listing that you have created, and with that tracking code you able now to link the both your website or your blog to get more insight and all that. And then all Google Analytics reports are grouped into four main areas, and this will help you answer those questions that we mentioned before. Remember, we looked at who is my user, who is the audience, how do they find you, or how do you acquisite you, where do they find you, what do they do when you are in their site, do they really create a bounce back, or do they go inside, which pages do they visit most, and which product do they view most. Then have they completed the goals or I want to track. For example, how do they have the conversions that I was looking for. So these are the things that the Google Analytics will help you when you add the tracking code. And for conversion to work, goals have to be set, as I said, and these goals that you have also to align them with the objectives. And goals have to be set up to track a specific action. And once you have mastered the basics for this real world doing, Google will then use the data to show you a series of reports and how you are where you are performing and where you really need to change, and what content or what things strategy can you come up to better bring best out of the results. Also remember that when you are doing all this with the reporting and also the Google, it will help you learn more about your site, and also help you come up with ways and strategies that you can use to come up with a good strategy, and also give you highlights on how the competitors are doing within the same category, and what they are doing, which you can incorporate in your site and help you grow as you continue. So these are, you see that one of the data that you gain, or the data that you get in the Google Analytics. So you find that there are different types of data. We have the dimensional data, the what is going on, what is in, and then we have the numbers or the metrics. They give you the metrics, clear metrics, and also clear ways that you can use. Remember that this data, you can get it in both ways, and this will help you gives you the what or the dimension of the channel that mostly they give you for the dimension data. It will help you learn the channel and also give a good understanding about the channel that you use and the channel that people use to visit your site. And then the numbers will give you the numbers such as the new users who have visited you, the recurring, the sessions, and also the interaction with your context and your website with people. So it's giving you a number in number form, and these numbers will be the one that will help you even come out when you're analyzing this data. You'll be able to get more elaborated data using the pie charts and also the graphs and all that to better understand what this information really trying to show you, and the picture that is trying to show you, and maybe come up with a good strategies of how you can create this information to change your data, to change your tactics, or to maintain your tactics so that you get the best out of the online marketing. So using the lean, as we had said, remember that there's the lean concept there that I had used, and this is how you can practice the lean concept. So the first letter R was meaning for reach, and this is how people finding you online. You're able to identify which search term driving the organic traffic to your site. Remember, with the Google Analytics, you're able to know how you are reaching in the audience, and these are, for example, the search terms that are driving the organic traffic to your site. You're also able to look to improve links from your social media platform, and also learn how the links have. Let me check whether I'm still live on YouTube, or whether I was lost. Can we register for Google Analytics without a website? So yes, you can, and you can, as you are going to do, you're going to show you. You can practice. Maybe, for example, if you are using a site, the GMP site, and you can use using a demo account, and this will help you mastering the knowledge. I can see that my moderator have really answered well that question. Let's keep on asking questions, and we will be looking at them. And if I get lost in a way or my internet misbehaves, kindly let me know before the bad goes to the worst and the session starts now becoming boring. I don't want to make the session boring. I want to make it as more interesting as possible. So we say that with the reach, you are able to identify which search term are driving the organic traffic on your site. You're also able to look and improve links from your social platform, and also you are also able to develop relationship with the referral websites. There's this referral website that maybe you can link your website so that they can be driving traffic to your sites. And also you're able now to develop a relationship and know where the site is better to a referral site will work for me and which will not work for me. You can also measure the engagement of your sites and what people are engaging you when they find you online. What are they engaging you with? This way, you're able to learn which pages are not getting any view and which pages are having the highest number of traffic. And so you can curate the pages to balance. You can improve the ones that maybe, for example, if there's a page that is not giving more of attractive content, you can maybe add more images or videos on that page so that people can also visit on that page, especially if it's a product page or something that you really want people to visit there. You are also able to discover what is really engaging to your customer, which type of content is engaging to your customer, and how can you create that content. If maybe, for example, if you have a content that have clickable links, is it engaging your customer more than the other ones, and is it driving traffic to engage the customer more with the videos or the images? For example, you could discover that you lose a lot of people on the payment page. So this page might need to be simplified. For example, if you have an e-commerce platform and the payment integration is not working, where now you'll be if someone clicks buy now, they'll be start maybe being brought to another form where they'll be direct to another page. So to avoid that, you can maybe curate that payment integration with something like Fatawave or PesaPal, where with this now you're able now when they click buy now, they'll just be prompted to either buy through a Visa card or a M-Pesa, and when they click M-Pesa, they'll just promoted to add to confirm the purchase by inputting the PIN or the M-Pesa PIN, and this way they will not have now to go back to the M-Pesa application on their phone and they start now paying there. So you find that you can simplify that by knowing that maybe this long process of payment is making people lose interest and drop off, and this way you are able now to improve that. You're also able to look at the activity and what channel is giving the most bookings. For example, how many people, which channel is it? Is it the Facebook? Is it the Twitter? Is it Instagram? Which is driving the most booking? Identify which referral site drives conversion, as I said. Is it for a social media platform? Is it maybe a blog from someone else? Is it a magazine and all that? And then for referring sites, bringing good quality traffic, can you develop a partnership with them? Can you contact the owner of this site? If, for example, you have a magazine on a blog site that doesn't belong to you, there's a way you can know that this site is bringing more traffic, and we can have a partnership with them in such a way that they will even now be putting clickable links on their sites so that they'll be driven to your site. You also look at for other performing referral sites and consider if you're in the partnership, if you're already in the partnership, and also maybe even dropping some if they are not bringing much results. Remember that at the end of the day, you have to have a return on investment. Let me check on the chat box to see the activities there as I sip a glass of water. I can see we are all listening well, and I'm very happy with the interaction that we are having and the feedback. I can see people are really learning today, and these are very encouraging on my side. So we have now, after we have the activator, or which channel you see, know the bookings, who are bringing the traffic, which referral sites that are bringing you traffic, and how you can bring partnership with that. Then you have to look at the nurture. And this is we ask the question was, are the customers happy to leave a review? Remember that even in our pages we need to have reviews because we see that reviews are more or less a word of mouth site where people will now get to know about a product or something when they get a good review. But when they don't get a good review, they'll just click back and go, and maybe they even not be able to trust you. And this way will help may make you you lose customers. And also with the nurture, you can see, are they really like how the review, if not only the review that they have left, will they like to come back to buy another, to have another purchase from my site? Are they really likely to come back to my site? So these are way you can nurture the customers to maintain a good relationship. You're also able to respond to all reviews, good or bad. Remember that with good, there's no bad reviews when it comes to bad to reviews, and it can only get bad when, with according to how you answer that review. So if good or bad, you need to answer to respond, and you are able to respond to these reviews. And this way is also creating a relationship with the customer. And also you are able to try different ways to encourage purchasers to leave a review, or who to works best do more than that. So you can be able to even know, like, is it just a you remember, for example, you have sites like Jumia or something, that after you purchase or you finish something, even the sites that I'm using right now to streamline this training, after I finish with the streamlining, it will ask me to give a review, and I do not have now to go back to the site to leave a review. So you can even curate your site in such a way that people can leave a review immediately they are leaving. They have a request, a pop-up request to leave a review, and this is more likely to attract more people than just now having to tell people, or to send a person email, or to invite them through other messaging to tell them to leave a review. So you can even know how what works best for your site and what works best in the leaving a review. And this way you are able to nurture the customers. So this is how you can use create the Google Threads, and this way we are also going to look at the Google Threads and how the homepage looks. Sorry, guys, for the technical hitch that we have experienced. There had some power outage for a few seconds that really disorganized my internet, and I hope I'm back. I'm back online. Let me know whether I'm back online from your side. You can comment on the chat box to tell me whether now you're able to see me and also to see my presentation. Let me see whether I'm able to see on the chat box. And also see some questions that I'm seeing here. So I can see the concrete hub. Let me know if you are able to see me, and also to I can see TMX Duka is saying that loud and clear. They can able to see me and also hear me clear. Thank you very much. So I can see there's a question here from Concrete Hub that is asking at the Google Analytics. So does property details refer to? So what you see is the property details in Google Analytics. Property is the website, and maybe, for example, a mobile application or a blog site, or even there's the Google My Business site. So that is associated with the unique tracking ID that you added on the Google Trade, Google Analytics, sorry. And so you find that this property contain different types of property. For example, it's an e-commerce platform. There are some properties that you have. So these are the details that you are being requested, and not necessarily the products, and not necessarily the products. So the business premise, no, it's just the details about the site. Is it, for example, your website, the details, this is the one that we are looking for. And this is your property according to the Google Trends. Let me see if there's another question. Let me know if you have. Feel free to ask questions, and we will cover them as we progress. So back to the presentation where we were. You can see that with Google Trade, you are able to see certain sections only available. Okay, we were looking at the searches where you can get the daily search and also the region or the seasonal searches. We see that you can also find trading or guidance material from the Google Trends, where you can get different information that will help you create your data. So daily search trends highlight searches that jump significantly in the traffic. The one that I see the short-term trends, and among our searches over the past 24 hours. And they update hourly. So the daily trends update hourly, and you can use these searches there to see what people are most interested in in a given time. For example, in this, you can find that in a certain afternoon, after there's a certain trade or outrage or something, people will be more interested instead. If, for example, there's a certain hashtag of about a certain a good example is when there was the release of the fridge, the LG fridge that was you tap and it opens. So you find that at that time, the moment it was introduced, there was that research thread that Google would give and say that there was this number which spiked at this moment, and then it went down over certain hours and all that. And we also have the real-time search trends, and those are highlights the searches that jumped significantly in the traffic among all recent searches. And also they give the algorithms of the real-time search trends, group topics, and also the information and the trading that are going on. And this will help you be up to date with the trends that are within not only on your locality but also on the global level. So with the Google Trends, you are able to promote your business around seasonal trends, and seasonal trade, as I said, allows your business to stay relevant for a competitive, and because they take a long time, so you can be able to trade within for a huge number of time. And throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips of the impact on your revenue. As you can see on the screen, there's a time that you have a high peak or the peak on the revenue, and then sometimes you'll be the one that we normally say this time is dry, is in kubaya, business iko down, the business is too low on that day. So you're able now to know there is those trends, and you are able also to use Google Trends to identify seasonal trends in types of more. For example, if you are doing clothes, you are dealing with clothes, you can know the season trend. There's a fashion trend that is coming up, and how long is it the trend, which fashion is trending at that moment, and which type of shoe or clothes that is trending. So you're able to create a content about the current trends and also adjust to demand of the according to the trends that you are being offered on the Google Trends. And this way you are able to be up to date with the sites and also able to be on trend and be able to leverage most from the Google Trends. You're also able to create content and about the correct trends, and you also adjust about adjust to demand. For example, I remember there's a trend that appears. For example, there was this Dusit hotel where there was a challenge of people starting with guns, and people could start with the different tools that they use because that was the trading. We have also other trades that come and go. There's the challenges that come and go, and those challenges and trades help you now. You're able now to create you're able to notice them with using the Google Trends and then come up with creative content about those trades, and you're able now to capture more attention and get able to be found higher much faster within the online markets. We also, for example, to give you a certain way you can use the trends to help your business grow. You can notice maybe, for example, there is the women trends jackets, or there's these hoods, the warm jackets that you can rise them. The rising of the winter or the cold season from July to August or even to September. You find that this is the time now. These jackets, the heavy clothes, the pullovers, the kikois, the shukas, and all that on the trend, and they are really rising. And also you're able also to know that during the summer mostly the vest and also the light clothes are trading then, and this way you're able to adjust your products and know what and when to stock at a given time, and this can be gotten from the Google sales. So you can also use the Google Trends for keyword searches, as I had highlighted. And Google Trends shows what searches and keywords are trading. And you are able to use this related queries section, and you can use in different ways. For example, you can use Trends to identify the potential keywords to use, tags to use according to the searches that are coming and the trends that are on the global or even your local markets. You're also able to name your products categories according to popular keywords. For example, if you are using the sport shoes, or and then there's this season for the competition, maybe there is the running competition. There was this Kipchoge, who was Eliud Kipchoge's challenge and all that. There's the Nike trend. So you can maybe now create your keyword or your topic or category to not only sport shoes but sport running shoes. And this way you're able now to create that keyword in a way, keyword tag in a way that it will get more clicks and more visits more than the one that you are using earlier. You're also able to name your product. You're also able to optimize your post according to the trading keywords. Remember that when you do more posts, more blogs, they help you. They help also get found in the search engine through the keywords, and you are able now to know the trends that are happening. For example, if like now there's the Black Friday season, and most of the people are using Black Friday, so you can use those Black Friday terms, the keywords, to use in the blogs, in the posts. You can say maybe I'm giving a Black Friday offer this Friday on my pizza, or on construction materials, or even on my ornaments and the Masai shukas, if it's for the Mimi Africana. And now you can able to learn. And so if it's for the Mwanzi, for example, Mwanzi Soko, they have a good basket. They can say that you can use in the post that this I have a Black Friday offer on this type of product. This way now you'll be able now to capture more markets. Remember that these trades are helping you to learn the keywords that you can use, the ones that you can use. For example, as I said, when I come to okay, let me check whether I'm still live. I can see yes, I'm live. Thank you very much. Let me see. They can see there's a question here from Wix. Let me see. Yeah, must one have the website verified first to be able to use the search? Yes, you have to have a search console. You have to have your website verified, and that's why you have to verify your site so that you can really show that you are the owner and this is a genuine business. And you also am using the free website builder and allow one to freely host. How does one get a verified like free? Like it. So you can get the verification, and I will also be sharing with you, and my moderator will be sharing with you of how you can go through it to the till end of this session, and I will also be sharing with you a tutorial on how you can go about it later. Thank you very much, my moderator Crystal, and also for even notifying me on how when I was offline, we are able to correct that situation on time. So I was saying that you are able now to optimize your post according to the trading keywords, and you are able to get to the keywords. I was giving, for example, the DMX Dukang. You find that there's this trade that was happening about you have a product or a service that you're offering, and you want to give if the service that you're offering, what you are doing, you want to give an offer. You cannot tell people like I have a Black Friday 20% off on my products, or even on your site for Black Friday. So whenever people searches for the Black Friday offers, you are able to be found on real time. So with these tests, you can be able now to come up with a good and curated information that will help you grow. So I'll be stopping there for the questions and answers, and also highlighting you some of the sites. And due to time, I will only just pop in to show you how you can use analytics on the social media, and that is Facebook, because those are the one of the major sites that we use. So let me share with you something here. Share my screen. And also, let's keep on commenting. Remember also to sign up for the mentorship program if you have yet to sign up, and this will help you more. So I'm going to share my Facebook page, a Facebook page that I had opened earlier. I don't know why the Facebook was locked. Let me stop sharing this. I share something else. See whether I can get to unlock this. Let me share my Instagram. Okay, maybe let me go now to Google Console, and we see how we can use Google Console. So let me share this screen here. So I hope you can see my screen very well. And not that one, not that one, sorry. Going to Google Console. So when you go to the Google Console, remember that we say these are tools that will help you give you reports and help you measure your site search traffic and also performance, and also you're able to fix issues and make your site shine. So what you do is when you click start, you're able now to put, you are requested to put a URL across the subdomain, or even a certain, for example, I can put this. Let's see whether you can get verified. Okay, so this one you most likely, let me check whether I have a GMB page that I can use. I had a GMB page here called a page that let me see whether it will be able to come to this. Sorry. Okay, so this one I have problems with the links. So with Search Console, you can be able to connect that. Unfortunately, I will not be able to demonstrate for today due to my Facebook. I think someone had really gotten into my Facebook or the internet problem, and I will be correcting that later. So let me go back to my presentation and finish this. So for more of these, I will be taking you through during the social media strategy and meetings, and also the site and Google Ads reports when we are going to elaborate this. So after this, what do we go there? Remember, I was telling you that there's a one-on-one mentoring with Google where you can use Google, you can get mentorship and also be able to learn more and get more in-person assistance from one of Google's specialists, and this will help you grow your business online. And then after this, remember that this was just say for a 1 hour session that was just short, and we were just looking at the tip of the iceberg. But you can get more insight and learn more about the each and every tool that we have looked at today. And this you can only get these materials from learndigital.withgoogle.com, where you can get digital skills and courses. And this way you are able to learn this. My moderator will be sharing the link with you and get you to learn more about that. You can also interact with us on the social media sites, that is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where my moderator will be sharing with you the links for those sites. And you can search us maybe also as Digital Skills for Africa, or that is in Facebook. On Twitter, you can get us at Digital Skills AF, and also Instagram, Digital Skills AF, that AF being small letters. So up to that point, I can say that I'm very happy, and I really appreciate you holding up from the time we started, that is 1 hour, 10 minutes ago, to this moment. And for this patient, thank you very much. I can see there is Mwanzi Soko saying, please, what was the name of the book again? Thank you. So the book, which book were you talking about, or the link? I hope my moderator have shared the link about the. I think it is about the tutorial about weeks. No, it was about the one for the threads. There's a link that my moderator shared. I wish she can share it, that one. Let me see whether I can get it. There's a link that I requested her to share. Let me see whether I can share it from this side. So it's an academy to how you can learn more about Google Analytics, and I'll be sharing with you here. That one, you can click on that link and learn more about that. So thank you guys for that moment, and I hope that this session have been successful to us. Remember also to leave us feedback and sign up the attendance sheet so that we can get to know and get the number that attended this session. And for up to now, I'm stopping there. Thank you very much, and have a very, very, very successful weekend ahead, and also a good day and the remaining part of the day. Thank you very much.